Let's see. Will this work? I think it will. I think we're gone. Yeah. Boom. Boom, boom. Check. Boom, boom, boom. Check. And there it goes. Boom, boom. What up, everybody? What up? Give me 1 second. I'm just getting set up. It is Friday, you know. We got to talk about these markets. It ain't hard to tell. Boom, 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 boom. It ain't hard to tell. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Ba-da-ba-ba. Boom, boom, boom. Ba-da-ba-ba. Boom, boom, boom. Hard to tell. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, ain't hard to tell. Boom, boom. Hey, ba-da-ba-ba. What up, everybody? All right, let me get my Discord over here. Yeah, the market sucks. Sookage, man, sookage. I got to get Nas out in here. Nas is like half man, half amazing. It was actually Nas, because Nas is from Queens like me. Even though I'm more from the South, my family's raised in Queens and Manhattan. Got some in Brooklyn. What up, family? What up, friends? That's a sample. That's gonna be my goal, actually. Rayhan is gonna be. I'm gonna get back to use. I'm gonna start using the beatboxing, as a way to get concepts out of my head as fast as possible. And also, I'm using a program called. I'm starting to learn this program called Doubler. I'll show you. Dubler. I think it's that. Double 2. I'm starting to use this Vocabular Dumbler, and you can use this for your beatboxing. So I can beatbox in real time. I'm gonna do videos of this on my Tragic, on my Tragic page, YouTube channel. I'll be making my beats this way. But getting my concepts out with beatboxing first, but using part of this software to trigger the MIDI in real time. So that way the ideas are getting out of my head as fast as possible. And then I can always hand some of the other stuff, like the things I can't play, or the things I won't use, or the things I can't use, the hacks from MG. Like he has some hacks for like using what is it? Easy keys. His easy keys hacked, and then I basically use easy bass as well. But I figure, yeah, I can convert my things in my head out as fast as possible, because I'm a songwriter. So the thing is, I write whole songs. So I can write the concepts of everything, and I have it typically in my head. And I tell everybody that, like, it's weird, it's real weirdo. So like even with Nas, right? Like I can hear something and I can hear a remix, but I can't explain it to a DJ to say, this is what I'm looking for, right? And I don't know, I'm not good with keys. Like I can't play. I can play by ear, but it takes me long to, like, by the time I try to figure out the melody, I lose the flow. So I've been coming up for the last 2 years since I haven't made another album because the workflow for me doing my beats just took too long. So now with this, I have a concept to get out fast. And plus, there's a bunch of websites now that, you know, I can use Fiverr and get session musicians. So I can get bass players, I can get piano players, and I can just lay out everything like this, send them the parts I want, and have them play it, pay for that, and then throw it in. And then I can throw them in on royalties later down the line. So that's my goal. Unlike a lot of artists, they're not going to be trying to give up royalties. I'm trying to do it. Yeah. Oh, see, that's even doper, Rayhan, for real, because I like with Premiere freaking large professor, shit, The Alchemist, uh, the way Prodigy chops. Like I can't hear all of those things together. I can't hear samples. Like y'all that can hear samples and be able to like build complex shit out of the samples you hear, that is phenomenal. I just hear the songs in my head. So like I can hear It Ain't Hard to Tell. And then I'm like, okay, all right. Like let's say I hear It Ain't Hard to Tell, I excel and prevail. My mic is contacted, I clap to tell. So see, I can hear it all, but until I figured out, I took a year and a half to get my beatboxing to where I can overlay shit. Only because I knew this software was coming out and I wanted to be able to trigger as much as I could and get good at it. And then that way I just get the song out of my head because I can hear the hooks for what I want to do. I can hear the verses a little bit. Like I can hear them. It takes me longer. I used to be able to write in my head like Jay, but I'm like my ADD is getting worse as I get older. So it's just crazy. But it ain't hard to tell because what I'm talking about today is the market. We've been talking about this ish, and it's seemingly it's crazy for everybody that I watch. Like a lot of these, and I'm not talking about the ones we talk about in the Discord. I'm talking more so on the people that we watch that we can see if you just type in the word stock market and who pops up. A lot of these people keep missing some simple shit, and it's almost as if I'm wondering if people just refuse to want to see the simplicity in life, or if they just really want to spend more time fixating on narratives. Like there's no real narrative that needs to be explained as to why the market is down. You can't print money and people are losing jobs to automation. Like you can't say we're in a good economy, but I am a robotic developer. Like the reason why I do what I do, y'all, is I'm talking to y'all as family. I'm talking to y'all as friends, as people that like, because I give this link to my family and I give it to my friends. I give it to as many people now because I can't spend an hour on phone calls anymore. Right? I just can't. And at this point, especially since I've got to scale up my business to be able to take on more producers so I can get more samples, so I can make more songs, so that we can get more royalties. See, as a media company, it's supposed to make sense when you actually make media, not make a bunch of bullish. Like a lot of these labels, and we're not a label. Toxic Hustle is not a label. If anything, I tell y'all, go to CD Baby, put $29 on the album, pay it one damn time, no options, no extra shit. Just put that out. It will get you all the royalties you need, and anything after that is eyeballs. There, you are a record label. Now, don't let me explain. You are a record label. Now, even more so that you're a record label is because, as y'all already know, the government's already saying that they're going to charge you. They're going to be looking at every single one of your social media accounts, or your social media cash flow accounts. So that's Cash App, that's Venmo, that's PayPal for $600, right? $600 IRS. So the IRS is going to see everything. They're already going to have, there we go, Venmo, PayPal, and other payment apps to have to tell the IRS about how much money you're making. Right? So you got to understand, they are telling you the way you make money digitally is now at $600. You are a company. Let me explain this again, because I don't think y'all get it. You just got smacked in the face with a 35% self-employment tax. And I get mad because it's like, yo, y'all keep voting for shit And I'm annoyed. And I did it too. Don't get me wrong. We ain't got much of a choice. And I try to keep peace at home. But we got to understand, like, the scenario as creators is we have to create. And we're getting into an environment in which you, digital creator, that can create digital concepts and can put those digital concepts out to individuals in the world. Well, you have a chance to earn your fiat. As MG says, go get your money, little duffel bag boy. Now, at the end of the day, I'm looking at the economy. You know, what did Yeshua tell us, right? Give unto Caesar what is Caesar. Caesar wants taxes. We have to understand we ain't owned land if you want to consider whomever you are to whomever you want to concern yourself as your title of your straw man. However you want to consider your straw man, whether you consider yourself black or African American. I think the only real African American that I know of is Elon Musk, because he's actually from South Africa. I am a West Indian or from West Indian, so I don't know why we're cute and clamorous when it tells you in the name Indian. Right? And then my family was traveling back and forth to Americas for years, and they've got ledgers of that because they were merchants. We still are on ports. Like, my family runs ports. So let's stop playing. Let's stop playing. Like, but we don't understand who we are and what we do and what we are and what we've done. The Trail of Tears led to Tulsa, and then there was businesses that got burnt down, and then we got scared because, you know, they were hanging brothers from trees. Strange fruit type beats. I mean, this is not I'm not trying to stir up no ish, because guess believe I know they listening, and that's fine. Like, I'm not mad. I get the jugs. Look, we were running around acting like maniacs for quite some time, and then we lost the bag. Like, we stopped doing what we're supposed to do. We fell off. Tradition, like, that's just truth. And now we're like, oh, we want to get it back. Yeah, because it was taken away from us. You know, Bible vibes. Let he who have ears understand what's being said to the churches, Philadelphia and Smyrna. Philadelphia and Smyrna. Georgia, Philadelphia. All right, that's where all the blacks and they that say they are, you know what, and they are not, ran to. As all the cities became desolate, empty. That's just real simple type beats out here, man. Real simple type beats. And I have to look at it from that perspective because I understand a machine is coming. I understand a machine is taking over, and you're going to get your mark or money, Dutch mark, from the machine. We get real complicated. Real complicated when it's real simple. He who have understanding is as simple as children, right? Children are supposed to be able to understand this, you dumb children. I want to be a childish fool for the rest of my life. I'm not going to play adult rules. I ain't got, I'm getting old, and I'm getting young at the same damn time. Like, I'm going to stay like a freaking baby and act just as immature and ignorant as I was when I was 13. I mean, on a different level. But I got to keep it real simple. Like, I understand that, what does it say? They're going to wish for death, but death not come for them, right? So let's say you get downloaded into a machine, and then you're inside that machine and get locked behind a firewall. And if you're locked behind that firewall, and then your body, you can exist without your body because now you're a digital energetic form locked in another digital energetic matrix, you know, because Elon Musk is putting chips in people starting this year. If y'all didn't know, you're going to have it in your head and in your hand, right? Elon head testing in the news. Elon Neuralink firm to start human trial 7 hours ago. Bow. Now, if now you're locked behind the firewall, you're going to wish for death, and death will not come for you, and there will be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Now, as your subroutine begins to deteriorate because you no longer attach to light, well, then all of a sudden you start getting cold and dark, and then you start going nutso, and then if you go and look into an insane asylum, doesn't it look like they're screaming and gnashing and grinding their teeth like they're insane? So we really just don't look at things real simple, like real effing simple. It's gonna be in your head and in your hand. You already have your mark, Dutch mark, your money in your hand. 666 is a configuration of a Unix machine. Change mod 666. I know I do this all the time, y'all, but we got new people all the time. A super user, if you're a super user, if you're using Linux, you can make a folder on Linux. I learned this making guest books back in the day, and that's how I came across this. And I was an altar boy. I read the Bible when I was a young kid. And then I was telling the priest, like, yo, the stained glass is against the Father. You know, the second rule, you know, you shouldn't have any graven images I beat. And they just couldn't get past the first two laws, like, thou shalt have no other gods before me. And that just means, yo, don't put anything above what you are. Like, if you are from the essence of an essence and can think for yourself, why would you put something else in front of you? Dumb shit. Like, it's so fucking simple. Real freaking simple. And we've got to look at it because we have to do business through this ish. Like, I live my life. I have to wear my heart on my sleeve type beats. Like, my uncle's a priest. My family is religious. I look at the culture of who we are, what we've lost, and I also have to make a choice as to what I want to take on for myself as a grown-ass man. There's some childish ish we got to put to the side, right? So my childish ish is that I'm done with the hopium ish. I know I got to pay taxes. I know that I've got to settle myself for how do I work with my brothers, sisters, people, tribe, to be able to be my brother's keeper, look out for y'all, and tell you the ish that's coming. Like, I'm a businessman. I've been doing venture capitalism since the early internet. Like, I was jumping into projects early, buying subscriptions early. I didn't do the stock market because, again, I couldn't get, when I was shorting companies, I couldn't get why they wouldn't crash. The fundamentals of why they should crash were there, but I didn't understand the Fed printer. I only finally got it since Bitcoin did not hit 100,000. Because Bitcoin was built, because I'm, as a programmer, if you look at the code, because of the halvening cycle, because every 4 years, what the Bitcoin halvening means is that you're going to receive half of the earnings every single time you're mining Bitcoin. So it's reducing what you make and causing more scarcity as it becomes more scarce. There's only 21 million, like 18.5 is out. The last Bitcoin is mined in 2140, which is over 100 years from now. So we've got to understand that there is a scarcity game that's going on, but it's also because of the halvening, there's this weirdo thing that happens. And because we're attached to the stock market, when Bitcoin's halvening has been, and Bitcoin was built at 2008, y'all. So it's built for the Fed printer. It's a warning sign now. Somebody wrote it after the 2007, 2008 thing, and it's basically a bellwether. When Bitcoin, after its halvening cycle, does not pump, we now know there's a problem. That is why I'm shorting the market, because I trust Bitcoin. That's why I sold off all my Bitcoin, because I know it's going to be mad cheap. I told y'all in December I was out. But 666 is a configuration file on a Unix machine. It's also what's our chromosomes for human man. And if you look for the six letter Hebrew alphabet, boom, you've got the Waw or the Vav or double Vav or double V, the W666 World Wide Web. So you cannot buy nor sell without having a machine that's collecting your data and interconnected within itself through a network of servers or machines. Real effing simple. Everybody thinks that this Antichrist is going to be some magic man when you're already changing the image of you, light being. DNA is a programming language. MNRA is a programming language. Do not corrupt your image. Come on now, stop it. But whatever, I'm not here to judge, man, because let he who judge be judged. I'm here to tell you the market ain't happy. And Bitcoin's bellwether signaled that we could not pump to 100K. Right on these charts right here. And I'm going to show you my original chart where I was expecting my pumps right here. And you know, y'all go back and I like, hold on, where's my damn video? Because I do a couple victory laps because I'm a Sagittarius and I'm an asshole and I really don't give a damn. I give a damn about y'all, but like I'm just straight. Like I'll just straight tell you how I feel because I can't sugarcoat it because everybody's hiding. Everybody hides. Right here, Toxic Hustle, right? Right here, when I said 5 in a row, right in this video here, episode 58, if you go back there, I was talking about on this chart how starting from here, and I was doing videos back here, I wrote all this out. I put the dates on it, like 6 June. I put all this stuff out in June. And it hit. And this is after June, y'all. I mean, I put it here in June. Then look at July, that hit, pump, hit. And the video's there. That's why I did them. I started doing them so that I did this in 2017 and people didn't listen to me. I did it again in 2020 to show y'all this halving cycle. As I start to understand it more, I'm gonna make y'all understand it. So this way we have an acquired knowledge. Y'all ain't got to go through another 4 years of this ish. Y'all gonna have a leapfrog because I'm waiting for November. I mean, I'm gonna start buying back in first week of February. But of course I gotta wait because I have new information. I have new knowledge now. I was just focused on Bitcoin. November gave me new information, new things I needed to learn. I needed to begin to understand the economy as I learned more data stuff. And then this is when I started beginning to understand the economy. Then I told you the Bitcoin halving cycle was over. I said crypto winter was coming. Boom, crypto winter is here. And it matters because I'm not giving y'all no hopium. I'm trying to tell y'all straight as I can. Right? The new information I got is now I'm watching the markets. And I'm watching other things. Like first thing, let's look at this. We've got total market cap. We got total market cap. Now, what we do is who are we? We're commerce people. At the end of the day, we got to understand our job is to do commerce. That's what we were doing. We mind our own business, be a part of the world, but not of it. Right? We mind our business, and now it's not a town that gets smashed up. I mean, they'll, of course, know who you are based off your social security number, but give on your taxes, and the machine will be happy, evidently, right? Be of the world, but not in it. All right, I can now work like this. I can now work on my music like this. I can now work with producers. Everything I told people in 1999, I left New York studios telling my friends. We were paying $500 to be up in people's studios, and I saw that they were using Pro Tools. I was like, wait a minute, there's a thing called Cakewalk on a PC, and my dad had it. Wait a minute, we can do this shit on a PC. I don't really need to do this shit no more. Everything's gonna go home. And then when I saw FL Studio be used by Ninth Wonder on Jay-Z's album, rap. Then I remember Little John had people recording in his house in a bathroom with a damn mattress on a wall. I'm like, none of that mattered. None of the things that they wanted to tell us that mattered. And then I started really thinking about radio then. I was like, wait a minute, does radio really matter? Isn't it just ears? Wait a minute, I'm starting to get royalties in this thing called Spotify. I don't get no royalties from radio. I have to go through this whole thing called a label deal, and they got to get like everything out of me and try to get into me. No, I'm not beat. I don't need them type beats. Wait. I can get my royalties and I can just put this thing on a thing called CD Baby, and then that's it. And now I just get paid and it goes to my bank account, and then I can automatically now put my bank account into like Coinbase, and then Coinbase is giving me interest on my money. Nah. So then why do I need a label? Because I know that, I mean, as I read books, I started, isn't that what the labels are doing? Right? I mean, that's what the labels is doing. I go to Coinbase. I pop, even if I want, like right now, I put some money in Ethereum, right? I'm gonna be buying more as the crash is over. But look, I'm getting APR. I've been getting APR on that. It used to be 6. Yeah, it is imperialism, but does it matter if you have to give unto Caesar's what Caesar's? Like, look, there's tribes in Africa that used to be in the jungle. They came and took the jungle away from them. They now sing on the street to earn royalties. Let's stop playing. Like, that's what they do to us. Like, they just make us sing and dance for money. That's been the shucking and jiving. Like, we haven't been doing that anyway. I just like to control my narrative then. That's it. Right? If I get real estate, if I buy real estate, I get royalties. I get residuals. So my entire concentration is on residuals. However, I need to make my residuals that don't put me in harm's way, and I can get back to the creative process. Because the music industry, as it's been, like as I watch what happened to my father, I watched what it did to my father. And he didn't even have, like, he didn't do the business. Like, that's why I'm so focused on business and I'm looking at the economy. I'm focused on business because I watched what happened when you just have a heart for art, but no head for business. And then you have like an alcoholic personality disorder, right? I've seen what it does to a person, how it breaks them. And I don't want that for nobody. Like, I went through my shit. And I want no other little kids, no little other boys having to deal getting punched in their face because a nigga pissed. But he's not pissed at you. He's pissed at the world for stealing his intellectual property, his mind, his heart. And that is what this industry will do to you. And I watched my homeboys, man. I watched Wayne. I told y'all, Wayne lived right down the street from me in Flushing, Queens. Okay, I reloaded. I watched what happened to him. Up close and personal. He lived literally right around the corner from me. He was so impressed by the fact that I was doing things online. And that's how I even got into this, y'all. I was burning CDs from Shazam and Napster, and I was making these mixtapes, and I was bringing them to the parks. And he was so surprised. He was like, yo, Jay would love that stuff. And I was like, all right, well, let me talk to him. He's like, yo, well, work with me on this and work with me on that. But as I told y'all the story, he got caught up into cocaine's a hell of a drug. And I don't want that again. What did he see? What did he get subjugated to? I watched him hollow out, man. I watched him drift into that sunken place. That shit broke my heart, man. And people laugh about the shit, but we laugh at the destruction of our own. To be built up, to be destroyed. Hopium is abound. And in the stock market, what they're doing, what they're getting ready to do, like, yo, the Economic Forum blatantly said they're doing a great reset. Like, we just not even on it. Great reset. The WE Forum, the World Economic Forum. That was the headline. 2020, y'all. Last year they were saying it. And then what did they tell themselves? They told themselves at the Economic Forum they're doing a great reset. And then what did Elon do? Told his brother, sell out in October. Y'all gonna buy the dip? Yay! And they're keeping everybody sheeped up. Like lambs. Huh? Following their idols? Huh? being led to NFTs. Don't get me wrong. I believe the technology in time will do some amazing stuff. The infrastructure just ain't there yet. If Solana can be shut off and on, Ethereum gas is forever, and they're just gonna keep. Remember, Ethereum's is Russian, y'all. So before y'all get real hype-nitis, remember, Vitalik Buterin and Putin are real close. B-U-T. Something like that. I don't know. Buterin. See? Here we go. Images. No? Putin. Vitalik. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. It is crucial. Deal with China. Like, he's been around him a lot. He gets, like, so don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. So don't think that that's yours. I mean, MG makes some great points, about blockchain technology. And we also got to use our own heads. Like, no hype-nitis. The thing that we have to create, we did commerce. We stopped that. We stopped doing commerce. And the great thing is that now with the networks as they are, it's just time to start getting back to commerce. How do you take music past the point of just making music? And I think that that's where the next step. Like, nobody really wants to talk about that. Like, you see a lot of these producers that are online, like, look, I'm a producer. Toxic Hustle is about the hustle. On my Tragic page, I do my beats. And I got into that whole, what is it? The whole type beats shit. But the type beats doesn't matter because you're attaching it to a name that is not going to be around and it's going to be cyclical. So now my strategy is to get away from type beats to mood type beats, right? Or person type beats or artist type beats to mood type beats. Shifting everything to mood. Because I think mad people are way too emotional, any damn way. And I think as long as you're mood driven, you should be able to skate through shit. Like, this recession is going to cause a lot of shit. Like, look, crypto, I like crypto. Y'all know that. I've been talking about it since 2017. I really like it, but I also like it cheap. Right? And right now we're going from you, me, our consumers, or what they call retail. Whether it be retail buying clothes or retail buying stocks, they call us retail. Retail has been keeping this market up while insiders have been selling it out. Easy math, y'all. It's easy. And as I posted in the Discord, link in the description if you're new to the channel, and please smash the like button so we can make sure this gets out to as many people as possible because, they don't want us to know. They don't want us to know. If we go up, all the way up, and I've been talking about this since the last video, right? And I made it real, and I've been calling this beforehand. So since my last video, which was the reverse the slick, the federal BS, everything was transitory and how we're going to change our business structure. And then, China has a trade surplus. We don't have any trade. So now, when I post certain things, I start thinking about things. And the reason why I do these videos is to kind of explain what came about after I kind of watch a couple of these videos. Bitcoin costs a sold soul from Def Jam. Oh shit, I think that went to the PlayStation, man, for that video game they created. That fight game. Though it was kind of dope. Version 1 was kind of dope. I forgot what the Def Jam fights. What was it called? Hold on. Where is my browser? Give me a second. Def Jam. Sorry, y'all. ADD moment. Def Jam fight game. There it is. DJ Fight, New York. I think it was Def Jam Vendetta or this one. One of these two was dope. Snoop Dogg, you can fight Luda and all that. That was a joint. But I think they sold their soul to get that on the circulating. I'm just telling you. So Bitcoin as a whole, right? It's like this. It's like PayPal, right? For me, through the last recession, PayPal saved my life. And the reason why I talk about the crypto space is because the same way I felt about the internet was going to change how we did business. Because again, if you look at scripture, it's already telling you that everything's going to be attached to the internet. You know, you're not going to be able to buy or sell without being on a machine. And every machine is now 666, by the way. So going back to the 666 thing, every folder now is Unix driven. So Windows has a Linux subsystem. So they're going to be running Android. So if you can run Android on Windows natively, it means Linux is running on the system, which means you can build natively with anything, right? But it's going to be to the point now where everything is going digital because they can't, like, because there's not going to be, the only thing we have is land, gold, and silver, right? Those are the only hard assets we've ever had. Now ask yourself, where was the last time you had a bunch of gold bars in your house? When did you go down to the store and trade a piece of silver, right? They took it away from you. Well, not from us, but yeah, they did. Well, multiple levels of that shit that they took. But regardless, when they get off the gold standard, they went to oil standard, right? They went to Standard Oil. That became the new standard. Now, with that new standard, they did that because they had all this. They were flush, and they thought the Texas region and the Gulf would have oil-free years. Fool you. Right? So they didn't have all the oil, and then they lost the standard. So that's why they've been in the Middle East trying to get as much territory access as possible. And that's all this is territorial access through contracts. It's all a contract game, y'all. And that's what everything on the market is. Bonds. Like, you get arrested, what do? They bond you out. You're bonded. That means that's another contract that's just been generated in the government. Now, the petrodollar is getting dried out, and they're shifting. The world economy doesn't want to be on that anymore because it's getting too hard, and they don't like the regional bullish they have to deal with. Now, of course, they're trying to come up with what the next energy standard is, but at this point, that doesn't matter. What the government has created is a digital coin. Now, the internet was created by the government, DARPA. So before we get cute and clamorous talking about Bitcoin is a government conspiracy, blah, 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 please understand the internet it was a government spy network. It goes to college campuses, then it goes to the military industrial complex, then it goes to the consumers when we become civilians. Walmart is the PX. It was the PX in 1999. So when you go to a supermarket and you see all the different things in there and you can shop, but you didn't have that before, right? That's the PX. Welcome to the military industrial complex. Now, we have we have problems, right? Because everybody took on the image of Babylon on how the business is run and went to fiat on fiat, 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 on fiat. Printed money on top of printed money on top of printed money, called derivatives. Magic algorithmic money. And this magic derivative algorithmic money helped to collapse us during the financial crisis of 2007, right? Lehman Brothers. Everybody seems to forget about Enron. Enron was doing derivative contracts and failed. So we've got to understand we're not out of a system, nor will we ever be out of a system when you were born dry dock, maritime law into the system and your mother was a witness. That's why they signed it paper. All caps became your social security number, you're barcoded. So you're already a registered trademark inside the corporation. So stop being cute. You're going to have to fight. You had to pay for your straw man. And the expense to that? The expense for your straw man? Hold on. Let me show you. Because they make sure to tell you. It costs world debt clock. There we go. U.S. debt clock. U.S. Oh, we got to go. Hold on. There we go. U.S. debt clock. This one. I think this one is it. There it goes. Liability per citizen is $492,779. You're welcome. Hold on. Let's see. China, Mexico. I'm going back to some of the comments. I wasn't looking at that screen. Sorry, y'all. Please give me dates. Petrodollar. Bobby Digital was right. But the petrodollar getting phased out too. Yep. Immersive. Give me dates. Dates of what? Immersive. So another war dog game. Sounds like selling out. Hard soft too. China and Mexico for lithium mines. Noel's right. Yep. Lithium is becoming like another standard because it seems like batteries. I mean, and that's one of the things I'm looking at is stocks, right? Maverick, one of the guys that we put in the Discord, had talked about lithium play because there's going to be batteries, lithium batteries for everything. And there's going to be lithium's going to be used to be the standard for battery storage. So this is going to be, and also dry lithium. There's a bunch of other ish that they're trying to work out. I don't know what's going to be the top dog, but that seems to be one of the running energies. If we're looking at minerals or I guess, ore. Let's see. 2 was Rome for some. Don't bro. I was like 7 when that happened. I'm not trying to be cute. I'm just saying that's the price of growing up in the cage and still gonna give Caesar what's his, but it's still middle finger. Yep. I mean, the thing is that either that or we go into jail, right? You don't pay taxes, you go on the street, you get evicted, right? And then now you're on the street, you're a ward of the state, and in that ward of the state, they can feed you whatever you want and destroy your temple. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna stay out of harm's way. I'm not gonna, if I need to go to another country, there's rules for that shit too. But I mean, if I get a boat and I have enough money to get on said boat and then travel from said boat to said place I want to go to, and then said place accepts me at said border with said cryptocurrency, dual citizenship ain't shit, right? It's just paying taxes on taxes. And then if I'm in a country that then gives me more credence to do my business the way I need to and has the infrastructure for me to still get the bandwidth I need, because bandwidth is entirely important. And of course, I don't want to be too much close to, I love my islands. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Caribbean boy. But at the same time, them typhoons ain't my brother. For real. And that knocks you out forever. Floods ain't a joke with the water rising. So it's like, where else am I going to be? When the water rises on the islands, the tribes navigate mainland. So Hawaii would navigate here and the other islands would navigate here. And hence it shouldn't be cute and clamorous when we've just been here. They had a gold standard, they got rid of it. They had an oil standard, they're getting rid of it. When do I know they're getting rid of it? Hell do I know. They've been just talking about it at the economic forum talking about their central dollar-backed coins, CBDCs. Didn't they just ask you? They just asked you what you want. Hold on. CBDC. If I'm not mistaken, the Fed just wrote a letter. Here we go. 20 hours ago, the Fed just asked us, the American citizens, they're calling their central bank digital coin a highly significant innovation in a white paper. The government now has a white paper, ladies and gentlemen. Or at least the Fed, because they're not a government agency. They're actually a private company on American soil. And we have which we give credence to, a District of Columbia. Why is there a District of Columbia in a unisanctum operation? Okie dokie. MG be making sense, y'all. I just take it to the business. right? I use what we learn in a tribe in the 3 a.m. room, and I just flip it to the business side. Like, okay, it makes sense. Now we got to make dollars out of cents. So I watch the economy because I got to ride through it, right? I've got to be a pivot in it. I've got to flow with it. It's current C. Current C. The current C. Current C. RRENTSEA. The current C. You call it currency because you add words together rather than separating the vernaculars. So what is your current C of commerce? That's what we used to say. Hold on one second. My dog is barking the hell up. Hold on. All right, sorry y'all, had to get the package so that I can make these deliveries later. Got to double up the workload when you got your business and you can't get employees. That's how I know this. I know the economy because we have our business, and one of the things you see is we have two different businesses. We have the our catering side of our business, our food business, which we're now doing we were doing business to business, but as buildings are emptying out, which I'm innately attached to knowing this, I know corporate buildings are emptying out because we feed corporate clients, business to business. We started making that, she started making that shift a couple years ago. Again, my lady is a hustler, right? So she started making that pivot. Now, when she made that pivot, I was still trying to work retail, still trying to do consumer work, working with artists to try to work with them, thinking they were thinking of themselves as business people. But as we know, I'm an artist and you get caught up in just the artistic side of things, and that doesn't match well when ones and zeros are ones and zeros, right? Right. So our currency is digital, right? It's just digital. Like I made money, and I learned it back in 2004. I left the bank. I was working at Citigroup Private Bank, and we started tightening up after September 11th, 2001, right? After that, the bank started tightening up, and then I noticed a change in the environment. I noticed how they went from they were like literally every movie you've seen where they're just like having fun and blowing money and blowing cigar smoke and drinking, like going out and partying. I wasn't part of all that. That's the upper stuff. But like my manager, my vice president, was a hockey player. He would pull his teeth out in meetings if he didn't like what you were saying. He would like when we go out in the middle of the day, he had no problem telling us, "Hey, put it on the bill. We'll get a drink." Right. And then when all of that stuff consolidated and some of them left the bank and they're like, I don't like this climate, and they were out. And then not only that, they were like, I was watching people starting to sell off their shares. Now, I understand them to be insiders now because they were upper management. Me being in the private bank, me getting a job at the private bank made me immediately an assistant manager. No college education, none of that. Just because I knew Dreamweaver, I knew Photoshop, I knew a software got me through the door. So please, number one, look at software. And I can tell you right now, Microsoft's automation suite, look for automation software, y'all. Start learning as much about automation with software as possible. because that will give you an edge. Begin to put it in your own life. Some of this stuff is free. N8N is the WordPress of automation. I found WordPress at 2.7, and I told everybody I'm going to start building my business on WordPress. And I did. And I got a job at Canon doing WordPress. Again, a piece of software. I lock in on a piece of software when a transition happens. And all of the last 2 years, I've been looking for my automation software. Microsoft bought one of them. This is the, right now, I'm gonna show you this piece of software on my computer. You can't even get this anymore because I had it at the version before Microsoft bought them. Hold on, waiting for it to load. Here it comes. Boom. This right here. Win Automation. Microsoft bought them. An automation system for Windows. They bought the company that can automate any Windows device. It's now called Microsoft Power Automate. And now looks like, where is it? Because I have it on this computer too. Is that Power Automate? No, that's Edge. Boom. I don't have it open. I think I closed it out. O-W-E-R. There it goes. Let me open it up. See, Power Automate needs to update, but it's going to go through that. But this is Microsoft's new thing. And it attaches right to the browser, and it can automate any browser. So again, Microsoft's getting in the automation game, is going to make it available to everybody. So ask yourself, what job as an analog are you going to be doing? You're not doing data entry no more. Right? And this is the WordPress of this. This is in the cloud. They have a cloud software, so you can do cloud scraping or automation hooking into multiple products. The world is a bunch of APIs now, y'all. And you can now connect to a lot of things in a visual way. Low code, no code is the future of scaling up automation. I've just been waiting. So this is the next wave. I'm telling y'all early. I'm showing you the software early. This is the one I think is really, really close. Really, really close. And then I'm going to show you another company because I am all about being my brother's keeper. This is going to be something that I'm still learning it, so please don't ask me to show you no tutorials on this. But this is a visual development platform called Builder. Builder, I'm working with the team. This is the team I was telling you about that I'm working with a team on the back end. I'm in their Discord working on things. But right now I'm working privately because I'm trying to work out modules for this. But this is how I'm going to build pages in the future because I need to get away from WordPress. WordPress is too bulky. I can't build applications. I can't build dApps, but I can here. This one connects to wallets. So I can actually have an NFT mean something because I can build the functionality of the NFT to an actual website that actually does something. So what if I wanted to make a production software that in that production software, I could get royalties from multiple streams of sources, and those royalties then, once I get those royalties, I could kick out a payment straight to your wallet. Woo. Hello. What? Yes. So I'm just showing you that there's no hopium in my rap and no cap in my rap. I have a big ambition, but I'm also telling every single one of y'all my moves because I can't do it all myself. And all of y'all got different talents for different things. Everybody got talents. You see, the thing that we have to begin is to turn it internally. What if I built a project management system inside the system? See, the reason why I like this company is I like anybody that eats their own dog food. See, I used to work, and I didn't have this understanding until I worked for a venture capital company called, well, I can't say their name because they're still a legal company and they still have clients. So I'm not going to do that. Let me not do that. But if you see my CV, I'm Jay Jeffrey. If you see my CV and it happens to be on Indeed, you can see everybody I work for. And I've worked for some prominent people. Some of which I wish I could take off my resume, but I mean, it does hold some credence to I've been around some people, some millionaires. And it doesn't mean anything. It only to the point that what I'm telling you is y'all are just as good, if not better. Real talk, because most of these people are just in a dizzy, listening to the dumbest shit, not even looking at the economy straightforward, not seeing the truth straight. I mean, Nas is kind of good at it because he's invested. That's kind of why I started watching his investment strategies by reading the articles in newspapers about him and following the trail that he leaves with what he invests in. You know, he was in Uber. He did do a bunch of stuff before. My thing is that if we're going to, we can't just allow our revenue to just be built off of our creativity because then it burns out our creativity. I learned that fast by just turning music into a business only. And it destroyed me. Like I hated music. That's why I haven't done an album. I got burnt out fast. Because where I come from, where if you listen to my albums, if y'all heard my music, and like my first album, which I have not put out in the general public, is for the death of my daughter. Like that was the first album I had to get off my chest because I was suicidal. And I just, not only had I lost my daughter, I had lost her mother as far as our relationship. Like she just closed off on me immediately after that. So that, like I was in a dark, dark, dark place. Plus I was in Macon, Georgia. The economy was turning to shit. It was like 2005 at that point, and Macon felt it first. Like they moved the whole city, like the whole downtown, they moved it away. Like all the rich people moved into the other side of town, and then it just got destroyed. My job got harder and harder. I was working at the time at a music place because I needed to make money. I was working at Music Factory. And then they got bought out by Best Buy because Best Buy wanted their warehouses and they didn't get it. And I was like, well, I quit. And they were like, why are you quitting? And I was like, y'all about to, it's over for you. You're just like, Best Buy just bought you. Best Buy closed Circuit City. Nah, y'all are over. Yeah, right here. In fact, ToxicHustle is one big R&D firm. We're disguised as a media company, but all I do is research. Y'all see that. I mostly do research. I'm mostly studying. I'm mostly looking for software that speeds up processes. You know, shit. MG saved me so much time with all the hacks he has. And I'm going to be using a ton of them when I get some more free time. I just had to get capital. Like, I'm just like, when if y'all don't know, I was taking care of my mother and she has Alzheimer's, and I lost all of my clients. I lost all my business last year. No, wait, yeah. 2020, excuse me. It was 2020. I lost everything. And then I had to last year, you know, basically get nurses and then try to, you know, then finally we found a nice place where my mom now thinks she's a nurse all day and she's happy. And because she was with me, she was looking for a patient all the time. And I couldn't even get my work done because she was too busy trying to work. That's what happens when all you do is put that above everything else. And that's another lesson that I learned is do not put the world over your family. And it's not what she did intentionally, but you got to see that it's with a struggling single mother who put money over everything. Well, now all she's doing is looking for a patient, trying to work. locked in a loop, almost like what MG says, a non-playable character. And it breaks my heart because at her retirement age, she should be able to enjoy it. And that's what we have to remind ourselves, is that money ain't everything, especially if wealthy don't work for money. Earn your residuals, and residuals come in multiple forms. Property earns you residuals. A website can be property. That website, like MG has his website. He can put out a thing, and MG, I'm not pocket watching. I'm just saying, like, you're right. So he can put out a tape. We can say, hey, I've got some extra capital. I'm throwing it in there. I bought mad stuff from MG I didn't use yet, but I just support. But that's an economy for him. And the same thing is going to grow. Like, my thing is, I think I can help everybody make royalties. That simple. And how I do that? Hey, y'all, go to CD Baby, put 20 something, $30 on it one time, and you're done. You don't got no other things to do. And rinse and repeat. And rinse and repeat. Done. You're now a label. You earn royalties. It goes to a bank account. They can write you a check, or it can go to a PayPal account. You can then take the PayPal account and or bank account, connect it to a Coinbase account, and then put it in that account and earn interest on it. There you go. You are now a record label for your own stuff. Have at it. Now, your next stuff is, how do you get visibility? How do you get utility? Right? Because it's placements. So where do you place your music? We get cute and clamorous trying to do it with an artist, but an artist can be any video asset. So I can use anime. I can use manga clips. I can use highlights of things. Playing my music in the background, giving credits where credits is due to whatever the anime, whatever the network, do all that stuff to put the legalese and put all that behind the scenes, and then put my links to wherever the Spotify thing, that, because what I do is I'll upload my music to CD Baby, and now I put my music to whatever video source. I give the visual credits to whomever I need to give it to, and the companies and all that other stuff. It's a little bit more research, but you do that. Put the links in there, and then I link to the actual music on Spotify, and or if I'm selling parts of the samples, if they like the samples, I can put a link to said website. That's gonna all be Toxic Hustle for me. With my project management, so I can get my samples, so I can work with session musicians from Fiverr, and I have a list of good session musicians, and I can share that list with others. Yes, we can create remixes and then put those remixes out. The thing is we got to build our own economies of scale. Period. Like, an economy is what? It's how you generate revenue through a system of corporations. That's an economy. Now, you can say, well, it's humans, but no, we've all been digitized with serial numbers or social security numbers. So you're all assetized. Now they're just digitizing all the assets they hold. If you look at the debt clock again, you are assetized. Oh, wait, no, you know what? Oh, I can prove it. Give me 1 second. I can prove you're assetized. Here you go. Credit. That's owned and securitized. Zoop. There's your securitized credit, consumer credit. Phew. And they already know what's in your bank account, which, nothing. We went from here in 2019, November. I'm trying to, hold on, let me zoom this in. Here we go, right? 2019, November, 7.5 was in your bank account. November, 6.9 was in you lost a point out the bank account. You are now pre-pandemic levels back in November. Right? We are just securitized assets. You have a straw man. That's what the Wizard of Oz was about. If I only had a brain. Straw man. The Tin Man was looking for a heart because business is cold. You know? Straw man. Worrying about Dorothy going to the wizard. Trying to get her dream of going back home to a piece of property she didn't own. The farm wasn't owned. It was debted. Damn. But nobody looks at the entire story. The dream of a yellow brick, the streets are paved in gold. That was what was supposed to be here, y'all. So we've got to understand there's no Capitola. They're blocking me now because I go to this a lot, Y charts, but you can see margin at high levels, but I can get that from the hedge funds that are out here on these streets and how much margin or credit. Look at that, skyrocket. It looks like a rocket ship, like Elon sent it to space. This is hedge funds, the loans of total secured borrowing via the prime mortgages, margin accounts, liability levels. Y'all, everything is on debt right now. The stock market's been propped up on debt because the Fed has been printing money. Well, printing credits. What is your currency? How do you make revenue? How are you going to get cash flow in a system of worldwide webs on Unix machines? And people getting ready to become cyborgs. Neuralink is hiring a clinical trial director as it moves towards testing chip implants in humans. You will have it in your hand and in your head. That's all I'm saying. So, as the world falls, China, while does have a high GDP, that was old news. Their developers are failing. Their properties are failing. They have land that was built that is being blown up. That's waste of resources and revenue to basically Ponzi out growth in a hidden economy. Like, we can get cute and clamorous, but they were able to get away with shit. But the videos from all the phones have leaked. Tofu dreg projects, China. Go look them up. Right? So I looked and I found out about I-bonds. Now here's the Treasury Direct, a .gov website. Bring it over here. Right? How do I cash saving bonds? Now I want you to see something. I want to show you why, if y'all have any hopium that this is about to change, I'm about to show you how it's not. There we go. Savings bond rates. The I bond right now is, if you want to put money up for 5 years, you can earn 7%. Right? So the government's already .gov. So that I'm not, you think I'm being cute and clamorous, I'm not. Here, .gov is telling you, hey, all of y'all that pulled, all of you insiders that been pulling out your money since October and August and all that, all of y'all that pulled your money out and you need some place to sit it, here, you can sit it here for at least 7%. And if you decide to pull it out, you'll get a little bit of a fee on that. But I mean, you can still get at least 3 to 4% if you want to withdraw early. But this is a good hedge for at least a year. The only thing you lose is 3 months of earnings. So if you wanted to get 10 months of earnings at this rate, right? If you want to get, if that rate stays that way, then you do 13, go ahead and cancel, and you would still have your 10 or 12. If you wanted 12, you would then say 12, 15, right? Do 15 months, you lose the 3, you would have 12 months of interest. So at worst case scenario, they only lose 3 months of cash flow, which for them means they can still sit money someplace to earn. Now, is it beating inflation? No, but this changes every quarter. So we can't think that they're going to stop pulling money out, y'all. And as I just showed you, you ain't got no money in the bank account to buy this dip forever. And they're preying on that. Now, I also put back in January 17th, last week, I told y'all be careful of this week of the 24th, this week right here. Be careful this week because this is a bear zone. We're already in a negative on the MAC. We're already in negative on the William. This is an early warning sign. So if it was going to shift, it would have told us fast because it can move real fast. And then we have right down here, the VIX in negative. And this was on the weekly. So this don't move as fast. So these are already flooded in. So these are baked in. This movement's already baked in at the weekly. So I warned, hey, this don't look good. We're already in a dip zone because these are seasons of Bitcoin. And I told y'all by mapping it out that they're just after a halvening cycle, Bitcoin, it hits different. It hits different. It hits different. And these arrows are just seasonal roundabout dip patterns that on the average just seem to play out. And now that we're connected to the stock market, guess what? Oh, the worst thing could have happened to y'all is that they put ETFs as options, as option ETFs on the market. So you didn't get a spot ETF where you have to hold Bitcoin. You got option ETFs where you just have to hold paper, right? But that paper is now attached to the price of Bitcoin. And now you have more access to that in your stock portfolio, causing contagion from Bitcoin's seasonal dips to now affect the market inherently. Oh, Jesus. The dip is copium. Well, the dip is what it is. Ones and zeros, man. Computers don't care. And what I talk about and how I deal with this is from I work with the robots, right? So like my trading robot, I understand how this robot, where are you? Right here, innately works. And by the way, I have my Bitcoin shorts, which I purchased a bunch of them at 99 cents. And currently the price of BTS3 is, give me one moment. Where's my chart? There we go. BTS3 is now currently trading at $2.14. And like I said, I got this at 99 and $1. So I've already doubled my profit. Betting on dip coins. See, I'm doing this with money because I'm putting my money where my mouth is. If I tell you what dips come in and I believe in said dip, wouldn't I then put money on the market? Well, yes, I would. And not only did I put money on the market by my Bitcoin shorts, as well as my Ethereum shorts, which I got at 0.00. It's like 0.0 something. My ETH shorts, I mean. I have to look that up. But I got it like mad cheap. And it's gone up. So it's in profitability. And on the Russell 2000, right? I've been warning y'all. I said the Russell don't look good. We're already on the day underneath the 200, 100, 50, and 25-day moving average. Broke all through that and just fell. Like, drop. Done. Now, you know how we do our lines, our monthly lines. And you know, look how I've drawn all these out. Like, these were done already. Y'all seen these on these charts. This was already done. This was my planned move. And then as I look at my charts and my charts have played out, I've put bets on this. And I'll show you in the Discord that I'm actually all the way up. I just bought Russell options, 3x options to the downside. I've been holding those. And on the S&P 500, you can see my planned move is another 4% down on this one. No, the 4% down on the potential from purple to purple. Because, you know, I put my purples up and look what we did. Bounced off the purple. And these were done in advance. So you see, when you break a purple, yeah, these might help you a little bit, but then they just tend to want to get back to the purples, to those monthly averages. So it's creeping down. And the next one is another 4%, because this is where I charted it from. I said, from here down to here is a 4% move. And if it does this, it's going to affect the Russell, and the Russell's really going to go down because the Russell seems to play down. Let me go down here to my shorts. The Russell, if you can see, here's my short for the Russell, and this is my short for the S&P. And it's wild that the Russell's actually holding up better than the S&P. The S&P is dropping big time. Ooh, that means my shorts are doing well. Hold on. Hold up. Let me look at this. Hold up. Where we at? Oh, we at 42. I got it at 31. Come on now. Oh, and we're now when I'm looking at this, this is when I can tell you about bull sentiment on the other side of a trade, right? Because I told y'all I'm betting with this, the SQQ. So this is the short position. And you can see the short position plays different than looking at the sadness at the S&P 500 going down. And it's negative to look at this when you're betting on the market to go up. But if you're betting on the market to go down, this is very bullish. So now we're above the 25-day. That was on the 13th. And then it just kept skipping. It got to the 100-day moving average. Now you can see how it plays. The robots just love things. And then it's now going up. And look what's getting ready to happen. We're getting ready to go into a bull cycle. The minute we get above this 200-day moving average, and we start ticking above that, we're in bull territory, in a bear, as a bull bear, right? Because I'm shorting, but my shorts are going up. I got it low, down here, and I'm going to be selling somewhere up here. Dig me? Dig me. So that's what we're doing. Let me see. Option ETF. Yes, sir. So basically the real indicator is Bitcoin seasons. Yes, sir. Because the narrative, as I told y'all in summertime, if y'all watch the summer videos, man, go back and look at the videos I did in July, when I said they will always find a way for the narrative to fit the dips. There'll always be something. They're always talking crap about talking greasy. There's no real reason other than there's a halvening cycle and the halvening does weirdo stuff. And Bitcoin just hits different after the halvening play. Like, let me go back in the history, right? Let me go back. And this is the way you can see it. It happened in the past. Here's all the arrows, right? All the way to, let's go to the beginning. And in the beginning, on Coinbase, and this is Coinbase, when Bitcoin became pockets. So let me explain the pockets. And then we're going to just run all through the colors. January, institution investors, or some investors, private investors, will cash out to pay taxes as well as lock in profits earlier in the year so they don't have to worry about trading or paying anything till the next following cycle. So January is typically significant for that dip, especially in crypto. So this is more crypto than stocks. Then March, early people put their taxes in. That ends up pumping it up in April. But then there's also a March-April dip. That March-April dip is typically, again, taxes, right? Then we have this. So this is this thing is February, March, and a little bit of April. I just kind of classify them all together. Then we have this May-June dip. June-July dip, right? There's a June-July dip. Then there's a September. Then there's a November, then the January again. Now, there's sometimes a December, but I didn't really start really tracking that as heavy. Then you have a halvening cycle. So you have these dips anyway. As you can see, the colors begin to repeat. January, February, March, April, June, July, September. We had the halving cycle back here. This was the 2016 halving cycle. Then Bitcoin, November, January. This is 2017 now coming in. January, March, June, September, November, we got a pump. October, November, we got a pump instead of a dip. But that was because of the halving cycle. The weird things happen around the halving. Then it pump. Then it crashed. January, crashed down. We crashed all the way till February 1st, which is why I've been giving y'all the February 1st play and saying it's going to look right here. Look, I'm going to even show you exactly this week. I'm going to zoom in so you can see what's happening this week in the past. Look down here at this bottom. See 2018? Now look what I'm doing. See that January? Here's the January, first week of January, dip. Second week of January, dip. Third week of January, pump. Fourth week of January, dip. February 1st, dip. Okay, now I'm going to transfer over to my current chart. Where are you? There you go. Let's go to BTC. Let's go to the weekly. Let's scroll this down so you can see the arrows because I started mapping out Bitcoin charts again over here, but I started more in the June timeframe. Well, December, excuse me, the December timeframe. Here's January. Here's March 2021. June, dip. September, dip. November, dip. December, I put that in. Here is the first week. We have one pump up, another dip, another dip. Right? To the first week of February. So I just put it right back, just where it was. Systematically, these computers play where they play. So when I tell y'all on the daily, when you go on the daily and I tell you, hey, when the robots see that we're getting ready to break this, like we broke the 50-day, we broke the 25-day moving average, it falls. We broke the 50-day moving average, it falls, right? We bounced off the 100-day moving average, bounce. We broke, it falls steep. It bounces. It breaks the 200-day moving average, it falls. And also these significant lines, which are our monthly lines, are being broken all the way down. So then you can see where I already had, where I mapped out where we're going to be by potentially, look, it's playing. I don't need to do it. I'm not doing this. Computers just do things. Bitcoin is just a computer. The computer has a halvening cycle that's systematic and is systemically doing something to the systems. And the systems are all trading the same. They all run the same damn algorithms. Everybody trades against this thing right here. So when this thing does like this, and yes, retail can affect it, but it only affects it to the upside, never to the downside. That's where I think there's a computer somewhere playing to get this to happen on a systemic level, and it's been baked in for years. And every other computer for years has now been following the pattern of whatever that computer is. Now, did the guy that created Bitcoin or whomever the hell did he create a computer off to the side, a robot off to the side, a system off to the side to get the pattern to do that? After his passing or after his disappearance, who the hell knows? Is he still up doing this now? Who the hell knows? But I'm telling you now, there is a systemic role, and it's as if they baked it in so that you'd know. Yes, Bitcoin is a cycle that's technological. It has a cyclical cycle because of the halvening cycle that happens every 4 years, where it reduces how much you make every single halvening cycle. And then once that cycle plays, there's seasonal dips that happen because not just because of the, you know what? No. I'm sorry. Let me show you the pockets. I'm going to show you why it happens. I'm sorry. No. It's not baked in from a computer thing. Sorry. My jackass. I'm getting too hyper. I forgot. It's a human thing. Again, January, investors. This, taxes. This, This is easy. June, July, what do? Well, they've been cashing crypto to go on vacation to be flossy on Instagram, or back then MySpace and Facebook, right? September is going back to school, y'all. Back to school is in September. Computers, you need to buy those computers for your dorm room to be able to mine your crypto. You're going to do it around September. November, Black Friday. I need to get hardware cheaper. What am I still doing? The computers, the college computers are still mining crypto. Remember, this was in school. This is the pocket because no, this is Coinbase. So Coinbase is directly to USD, which means directly to your pocket. So if I needed to cash out to put it back in my bank to be able to buy that deal, boop, there you go. So that's why I use the Coinbase as my pocket watch. These dips are to the pockets of humans. This is going to be cyclical because humans are going to, especially American humans, are going to follow that trend, and gave that trend to the world. Black Friday and all that shit gave that to the world. This is the trend of American pockets, and it coming from the college campuses, and the fact that technology goes on quote unquote sale in November. Right? So this is all about college right here. These two, September, and this is vacation. These are investors up front. So as you look at this, my robot, we've been running this for 7 days. This is what I was telling you why I had Bitsgap robots when I was showing you the links in the description about Bitsgap and the robot. And I'm going to do a new one for this new navigation, but it's pretty much the same. I mean, most of this stuff is still here. But the robot is trading. We put, you can see how much we have down. We put $3,000 down, over $3,000. And the bot has profited up. You can see how it was trading. Like, you can see how we were trading, buying here, selling, buying here. And then I made sure to have it, let me modify so you can see, trailing up and trailing down. So I made sure that it follows the market up. And if the market goes back down, it will follow the market back down. And I'm willing to have it follow it all the way down to 50 something cents. Which I don't think it's going to get there because the baseline is actually right here, around $1.21 at this point. So when we bought here, you can see we're already in profit, but we're also, it's 3% change of what it made, but we've done 4% because we're basing it to USDT as our base pair. And as we do this, we're already at, I don't know, average daily, we're averaging about 0.60%, 0.60%. So we've made a profit of $4.09, 4%, 4.19% in 7 days. Imagine if I had more money on this. Yep, Bitsgap grid trades. What I did is I just I started a bot. I created an S bot, which is a sideways bot, because that's what happens in crypto winters, what I call after a halving cycle, all the way to March of next year. Why do I say March of next year? It's in the charts. Boom. After the dip in January, it crashes. It bounced back up in March, April, because checks came back in, right? From this, people getting their checks early, their taxes early, they put it back in the market if they got some returns, and then those returns fell off. Then April 5th, right before April 15th, we got some more checks coming in. Boom, that bumps it up. That falls down. The ones that did it in April start getting their checks. It bumps up. It falls back down. We bounce again for maybe some later or whatever. I don't know, September. And then it falls off a cliff in November, right when the next thing happens. And then right at December to March, like right February, there's right till February is your best opening point. So that'll be next year, February. If it plays the same. If it plays the same, but it hits different, it always does this. So if it plays the same, we'll see it fall. It'll get to this point, and then it'll be time to get back in. And if you listen to everybody, especially Harry Dent, he's saying around 2024, That's when he expects the market to come back. Well, guess when it coincides with? The halvening cycle for Bitcoin is 2024. So they're already, unbeknownst to them, they're already coalescing to the system. They're already hip to the system and they don't even know it. They don't even know it yet. They're already tied to it. And in some organic way, they're already tied. And there you go. Here is on this chart. I'm not using this chart anymore. I've kind of gone to the new one over here. I'm now on TradingView. So that's why you don't really see me updating this one as much anymore, because this is only to trade with. So I do still need to map it out because I can do my Kucoin stuff. Oh, let me show you the robot trading. So you can see what the robot does, the Bitsgap bot, so you can actually have a view of how it trades. See? It has all these orders. And then it just makes a decision to buy or sell depending on where it is and what it does. So that's all this is. And as it moves up, it cancels out these orders and puts orders higher up. So for me, that is how this ends up generating this cash flow. And for crypto winter, as I was explaining, crypto winter, let me go back to Bitcoin real fast. Crypto winter is this zone from the halving cycle ending, which should be like halving cycle here, 2016, when we finally hit this bottom here. When we finally hit February. I believe from February, if you look, it's right here, and then you end up being, say, again, down here. Really, this whole portion right here is a big-ass crypto winter because you're basically going back to the same point here. So that's why I said February is a good buy-in time, but it's going to depend on the market because we haven't dealt with a market that potentially is going to capitulate further to the downside. And because Bitcoin plays like and I said this in Twitter, TWITTER, back in December. Let me go tragic. Because I started posting here too, so I can again call my shots up front. Where are we? Here we are. December. I said December 10th. So I just sent this announcement in the Discord saying how I didn't want to sell at the current prices, right? I refused to sell at these prices. That was December. Stubborn. So I'm waiting for the drop that seems to be in the works. I'll be holding the rest of the cycle, it seems, since my target was 84K. We didn't hit it, right? And Danye was said something, had his eyeballs on that, right? So then, but same December 10th, still same day. But seeing just how far Bitcoin can fall in this January 2022 dip, as well as November 22 dip, makes me want to exit my positions and buy at lower prices, should be BUY. So now I show you here that potentially we can get all the way down to 20K. Why did I say that? I said, if we fall to 38K, it's going to break down even further. It's just the way it's going to play, right? So the question I have to ask is if institutionals buying will support, if institutional buying will support the 28K price or the 19 to 20K price. So it's whether this falls to 28K or whether or not in November we go to 19, 20K. So I don't know how far we're going to fall now to how it's going to look like in November because there's another dip. Next week begins a slingshot 95K, blah, blah, blah. It didn't happen, right? And this is what, again, my expectations for where the market was supposed to be didn't play out. But that's because we did not have the information about the economy. And I was not thinking at the fact that we were already correlating to the stock market, right? Let's go to the weekly. Let's go back to November. Let's go to the first week right here, November 8th, right? This is the first week of November, and then a drop. Let's go to Bitcoin. Again, go to the weekly. Let's go to the first week of November. Boom. And then a drop. We are acting exactly as the market. December, except for the S&P index. The Russell acted the way it's supposed to. The S&P actually kept going all the way through to December for that quote-unquote Christmas rally, which was really a shuffle into bigger name techs while they were purging out all their low caps. It's a dangerous game they do. And they flood the options to also prop things up to fool people. So it's dirty. But they were able to get their quote-unquote Christmas rally, so the S&P didn't play it right, but this played like Bitcoin. Oh, really? Hold on. All right. Sorry, y'all. My remote screen died on me. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure everything's still rolling. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me just pull my screens back. Boom. And are we still live? Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. And it should be showing right back up in a second. Nah, Noel, that's too heavy and deep for me. As long as I know where the dips are, I just want to be able to capitalize to the downside and just like all of that would be great. But I'm like, okay, well, I already can find a pattern. I'm already going to capitalize on the pattern. So I'm just going to run the pattern as is and then just be able to say, hey, I'm going to, damn it. Hold on. Damn, my screen is acting up. Hold on. Okay. I plugged it in. I put it in the wrong hole. That's what she said. I had it in the wrong hole. Give me 1 second. Let me get the screen back up. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Great reset. Let's close this out. Okay, so, and let's go back to this Bitcoin one over. Let's go to the charts. Excuse me. Hold on. Where are you at, charts? Where'd you go? Which way did you go? Really, y'all? Really? This is what we're going to do today? Why are you being a douche? For real, for real. All right. All right, y'all. So, all right. Let me just get this screen back on, and I don't know how much longer I can keep going back and forth with this thing. So, like I was telling you, Bitcoin shorts are pumping. If we're looking at the market, which I wanted to get that up. All right, boom. So, on the Russell, we've still got room to the downside. So, I don't want us to get too we can play this all day. We can do this all day. No, we can't, but I'm going to try to get through this, at least this thought. There. This is so annoying. And I said, let me keep my damn thing charged. All right, so anyway, boom. We still have, look at the 100 on the weekly, and if it breaks that 100 moving average, you're going to go, we got 7% to the downside. That comes from this purple to this purple on the Russell. So that's why I'm saying y'all don't get gas. And then look here, this is the next point I mapped out. That is another 7%. That's 14%, over 14% to the downside. Like, that is. Okay, we're gonna keep doing this. You can't stop me. I'ma keep going. Yay, yay. Oh, where is my screen? I really hate jumping all over the place. There we are. For on the money side of things, keep up the consistency of greatness. I appreciate that, Immersive. For real, for real. Bet there would be correlations in certain business plans. It probably is, man. I wouldn't be surprised, especially since you know they always do everything to their orders, and their orders are always ceremonial. So they're always going to do it to their to ceremonial planets for them. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. The sacrifice of the lambs can happen in the stock market, and this might be open for a huge sacrifice, a huge financial one. Could be in the making. Like, I'm not going to even sit there and say that that can't be a thing. There's a lot in this world I don't understand, right? But financially, the thing that I do understand is that pain comes when there's hubris. And right now we have serious hubris in this market because there's so much debt and nobody has cash flow for what we're doing right now. Like right now, if we look at our bank accounts, and I have to look at this now. This is why we did not get 100K Bitcoin. Because we did not have the cash flow in November to do it. Across, but just give me a second. I know it's annoying, and I apologize. I will not stream without my damn thing being plugged in from here on out, especially if I'm doing 2-hour damn videos. So now my screen is not where I want it to be. Where are you now? There you are. So, like I was saying, if we do break to the downside, we've got over 14% going to this downside, and that's going to be no bueno. So robots don't care. If it breaks this, it's going down. So that's the Russell. That means Bitcoin will act the same way. So that is going down. And if you look at the weekly, we're getting towards that 100-day moving average as my screen crashes, and I'm freaking tired. So y'all, I'm done. I am done. If you have, I'm done with trying to stream, but I'll stay here for a second. Let me just turn my screen back on so that this thing doesn't shut off on me thinking I am not streaming. But if you have any questions, I can answer it. But from my point right now, I can't really stream with my the screen that I'm using continuing to die on me. And I can't use my main screen over here. So, but if you have any questions, I will answer them real fast while I can. Currency would be the energy of the planet channeled through business. Well, the energy of the planet now is they're trying to do that, right? They're trying to store everything on grid. So that'll be using, they're trying to do energy with graphene. They're trying to do, of course, lithium. Then you'll have solar panels. Then you'll have wind farms, not the big ones, but the smaller wind walls. So the grid is, and even like, what is it called? Energy credits, right? Energy credits is their new thing. Carbon credits is their new federal cash flow is carbon credits. And also the central bank has their own central bank coin for banks already. They already have a banking coin that banks use to do transactions in. So that's still a thing. Let me look at the shit. Where is this screen? I hate the fact that it keeps closing all of my windows and jumping all over the place so that I can never, ever, ever, ever find what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to start closing windows until I find what the hell I'm looking for. That's what we're going to do. Because I have way too many more windows open. There we go. All right, y'all. I am going to just shut this the hell down because I'm tired of this thing crashing on me. So, plus, I got to get ready to go. I was supposed to be someplace and I am late.